Hey, today I want to welcome you to Woodworking with Wes. I want to talk about my new dust collector that I just did for an upgrade in my shop. This is a Vevor dust collector, or Vevor, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but I wanted to talk a little bit about why I decided to buy this dust collector. Now, if you have lots of money and you can buy half a dozen different dust collectors so that you can make the comparison, that's great. I couldn't. And so I read all of the comments and I went over all of the specific information from the dust collectors that I wanted to get. Let me tell you a little bit about this dust collector, and then I did some comparisons online and we'll talk about that too. First off, this is a Cyclone dust collector, 2 horsepower, single phase, 220 single phase. This canister down here collects the large chips. And then it has a 3-micron dust filter here and a bag to collect the fine particles. It even has a little lever here that goes around and kind of cleans the inside of your filter canister. You have a double port collection there. It comes with hoses. It really was a good thing to get for me because it's just the right size for my garage shop, and the fact that I use usually only just one tool at a time. This is going to keep the dust down in my shop, and I was excited. Let's talk about some of the specifics why I decided. First off, like I say, 2 horsepower, 1,500 CFM, cubic feet per minute. That is how much suction you get. That was really one of the biggest factors that made me decide on this, because now I'm going to do a comparison and I'll talk about that in a minute. 3-micron fine filter in the back. And it has a very low noise output. A decibel is how you measure noise. This was the lowest decibel of the 3 that I compared. So that was a great thing about it. It's nice, it's on a mobile base, pushes around. The canister just pops off here and you can empty your chips. You have a bag in the back for your fine particles. It comes with an extra bag even. So it was just a really nice addition to my shop that's going to, and it's small enough that it fits in a compact area. Going to be perfect for my shop. Now, like I say, I did my online comparison. I bought this from Amazon, by the way. All right, Grizzly and Jet both make a similar size and similar configuration dust collector. Has the canister down below, has the Cyclone motor up top. It has the micron filter with the dust bag on the bottom. Both of them look very, very similar. They're 1.5 horses, where mine was 2 horse. Their motor was 1.5 horses. They were significantly less in their CFM. The Grizzly was 868 CFM instead of 1,500. The Jet was 763 CFM. So quite a bit less, almost half on the Jet. Micron filters, very similar, all 3. The 110, 1.5 horses was 110, mine is 220. That was one of the things that I had to make sure that I had extra power for this, but that's not a big deal, I had the power. So anyway, I did that. The biggest concern though, the biggest reason, this was less than $1,000, and both the Grizzly and the Jet were more than $500 more money than this one. More than $500 more. So big factor. Now, let's talk about the Grizzly and the Jet. They both make a larger model that is the 2 horse. The 2 horsepower motor that has this configuration. But both the Jet and the Grizzly that have the 2 horsepower motor are over $2,000. And I don't remember which one it was, the Jet or the Grizzly, still doesn't have the 1,500 CFM. So it still is not as powerful as this little compact model for my shop. I'm going to leave you a link for this on Amazon, and you can do your comparisons between the Grizzly and the Jet. But this is a great little dust collector. It's going to be a great addition to my shop, and I hope it could be a great addition to your shop too. Having nice tools and upgrading the tools as you move forward in your woodworking, that's something we all work for. Like the old statement goes, never enough tools in your shop, never. All right, come on, we'll see you next time on Woodworking with Wes.